Bam! Cheers, everybody. All right, what is going on, y'all? So, normally, shout out to Road Combat Club. Normally, I'm at Road Combat Club right now, covered our class, but I got to be honest, guys. I think the effects of having over a decade in the fight world is progressively peeking through, because I definitely felt a little bit of a back issue this week that it's kind of been lingering now the last 24 hours. So I decided to make an adult response move and be like, you know what? Instead of going crazy, I changed up my workout today. If you guys didn't notice, I didn't live stream my workout because I kind of had a change of plans there. I didn't even do our normal workout routine. I'm going to be coming on. We're going to hang out with you guys a little early because we still have our real family-ish podcast going down tonight, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So in roughly about 90 minutes. So I figured what better time than to hang out with you guys, get a sponsored stream out of the way since I wanted to get some in with Wahool, and go over and just kind of lead up until we have Coach Eric and Coach Azima coming on for the podcast tonight, which I'm really excited about. We have a $1,000 giveaway we're doing. You know what? I'm going to take my headphones off since it's just me and you guys, just us hanging out here. I don't even need my headphones yet until we get into the podcast itself. So yeah, we got a bunch to talk about. Again, I'm going to just highlight some products, go through a bunch of different things here. I'm going to drop some messages here in the chat as we're going through it. And yeah, y'all just have a good old time and hang out before we get into the main podcast for tonight, which again, Eric and Azima is going to be on with Gina and myself. And the whole idea of season 2 and the way me and Gina kind of talked about it was having it be about, sharing more of our family with you guys. And when I say family, I don't mean just blood, which we're going to have obviously our actual family on, but also having on our network of people, whether it's clients, whether it's coaches, whether it's, friends, family, loved ones, whoever, the people that are in our network and in our life, really trying to introduce those people more to you, share their story, have it overlaps with like a lifestyle approach, health. A lot of the people Gina and myself have in our lives are obviously related to either health and wellness or marketing or business or entrepreneurship, since that's so much of our lives. So we figured that would be a cool way for you guys to see more about us and our family as well. So with that being said, the first thing I've highlighted right now is the Right Fit support belt. So we're going to actually get that up here. But yeah, we'll just go through again. I got a lot of B-roll to play for you guys. Again, we got new B-roll coming out and has been coming out over the last couple of weeks. So hopefully you guys have been enjoying that. That being said, let's jump on into it. All right, y'all. So in this video, we're going over the Right Fit back brace or back support while you're weightlifting. So it has this little arced rounded edge that's going to be perfect for a position straight up. And you can also see where it says Right Fit. That's how you know how you're going to position it. Nice and easy, simple loop through. It's got Velcro, so I'm looping it right through here. I'm going to Velcro it in to have it nice and supportive. And what I like to use this for, especially on heavier weighted pull-ups, using it for deadlifts, and being able to properly brace and breathe into it to support the back. It's not only great for heavier lifts, but also to be able to properly breathe and put pressure throughout your core and torso as you're going heavier on weights, or if you just needed that added support. Check it out, y'all, and definitely a thumbs up. Bam, y'all. Being able to highlight, again, the value of having a weight belt or a weight training belt. It's again, I highly recommend for anyone that hasn't actually trained with one before or had any professional training is to actually like invest some money and get with a coach or a trainer. It doesn't have to be long-term, but at least for one to a few sessions, just get comfortable with how you're going to use it, especially for deadlift, for squatting, for bench pressing, your key main lifts, your big pushes and pulls and hinge and squat movements, so that you can really get the most out of it, in my humble opinion. And that's on it. Really, any kind of training equipment you're going to use, ultimately, you should have a level of proficiency and comfort with it. And if you don't, at least be able to get with a professional to help you build that proficiency and comfort, which is such a huge part, y'all. And that's also going to help not only from an injury prevention standpoint, but also be able to utilize the most from a performance standpoint to get the most out of your workouts as well, when properly using it. Again, not only from injury prevention, but technique. The more technically proficient you are, the more you can actually push yourself and gain from any said exercise. There's like a cool side benefit as a side note. But with that being said, let's get into the Right Fit bands now as well. And then I'll highlight another couple of options here. And again, if we have any, if you guys have any questions on the products I have in the carousel and I'm maybe going out of order, or you want me to go back to something, just let me know in the chat. I love hearing from you guys. I love talking with you guys. Clearly, I like talking. So we'll get on into it with the bands. In this video for the Right Fit resistance bands, I wanted to break down kind of a second feature that I didn't do in my first video. Now, I've got the 45-pound set, so you can see they have 3 different resistance bands here. Now, check this out. I slightly pull out the band, and you're going to see there's a little like looping locking mechanism that locks into place. So if I don't want the 10 pounds of resistance, I want to drop it down. Now I can go to 35 pounds of resistance, and then I still have the other bands in place, and then I'm good to go with the handles. So it's really that simple to swap out the resistance and the weight, and definitely an easy to use function. Again, we just pull it out, pop open, and then you can drop the band out or just easily add it back through again, thread it in, lock it into place, and you're good to go. All right, y'all. So we're going to be looking at the Right Fit resistance band set. Now, the cool thing with this is it comes with a door stopper. You might be wondering, like, why is that cool? What's the benefit? So it goes right into the door, like I was mentioning, and it allows you to put your bands through this little loop. So we're going to slide it right through here so that you don't need a squat rack or anything like that. You literally just put this right into the door. You can set it either at the top portion of it, the bottom portion, whichever way you want it set up. Bam. Now I can go from a high angle to do pull downs. I can put it on the side or low to get a variety of angles and do a variety of exercises. We could do tricep extensions. We could do tricep push downs. We could do rows. We could do curls. Literally, there's an infinite amount of variety that you can do. Now, here's a really cool piece as well. Because I selected the 45-pound set, you can actually pop open these handles right here and pull out the bands so you can increase or decrease the amount of resistance that you want to use. Absolutely great for travel, for at home, and everything in between. I highly, highly recommend. Definitely a thumbs up. Bam. All right, y'all. Let's dig into, now we have the Zealous weighted vest. So this one's been super cool. Now, to again be super transparent with you guys, you know, I always love being transparent. I've been wearing this one out, or at least I've, like, in hindsight, I think I've been wearing it out a little bit. And during one of my workouts, I want to say this weekend, maybe it was Monday. I want to say it was this weekend. The strap, actually, the stitching kind of got frayed and popped. So I think it's honestly how I've been kind of like throwing it around and whatnot, as well as I'm going to reach out to Zealous to say, hey, let me know if it's like stitching or what went wrong here, so I can give you guys some feedback on that. Because I was like, oh man, like I'm in the middle of a live, this thing just popped off. But again, I always like to just show you guys what's transparently and realistically going on. Because even with that, the strap on the chest popping, I actually used it earlier in my workout today to give me some resistance in a leg day variation. I didn't go as hard or as high volume just because of what's been going on with my back. But it still gets the job done, but having the strap no longer there to like anchor in place, to me, kind of loses a little bit of it. So I wanted to just see from their kind of team what they have, like if they're gonna send me a new one or any stitching or anything like that. So I'll keep you guys posted. All right, y'all. So in this video, we're going over the Zealous weighted vest. So I'm gonna throw this bad boy on to show you how easy it is right out of the box, throwing it on. Now, the one thing I will say, it also comes with this really cool phone carrier, and it even has a second little strap here. So you have the first part for your phone, second little pouch for like keys, money clip, whatever you want to do. Again, that can zip closed. Now it also has a buckle feature. So again, I can buckle this up if I'm going to do any runs. Tighten it the way I want. It has nice reflective straps on the front and on the back so that if you decide to go out running with it, again, you'll have that reflective component. And it's not only great for outdoor runs, cardio, you can do push-ups, you can do pull-ups. Perfect example right here. I like to use it for adding weight for the pull-ups. As you can see, it stays perfectly in place. It's not restrictive. And this has a variety of weighted options, everywhere from 6 pounds all the way up to 30 pounds and everything in between. So definitely a thumbs up and a recommend to add more resistance to your workouts. And it can be actually great for as you're losing weight to help keep your body strong with the weight that you're losing. And just for another fun fact I mentioned to clients, put this on. If you want to lose 10, 20, whatever amount of weight you want to lose, buy that weighted vest and put it on. See how heavy that feels and imagine how good it's going to feel when you lose that weight too. Thumbs up all around, y'all.
Bam. So there's a lot of cool like little variables and I think aspects to consider that I was just kind of mentioning, but I also love to hear from you guys. Let me know if you've used the weighted vest and maybe you found it beneficial for something I didn't cover or were thinking about getting it for something I didn't cover, and I'll happily kind of share my 2 cents on if it can be a valuable move for that particular application, or if maybe there's another piece of equipment or something else that you can get that can provide you the same, if not more value for that intention. So with that being said, let's bring up the next one we got, which is our wrist wraps. Again, this is another great option, just again, time and place.
In this video, we're going to be looking at the Air Pop wrist support straps. Now, these are actually really cool and can be really beneficial if you do have chronic wrist issues or anything like that and you want to have some additional support. So you just kind of hook your thumb right through here. You're going to wrap it around your wrist to give you some added support as tight as you like and as it feels good. And it can help you kind of, again, keep that alignment in your wrist, give you some support. There's pros and cons to this. Depending on, again, what's going on, if there's an injury there, again, talk to a physical therapist or a doctor. This isn't medical advice, but this can be a great tool to help support your wrists and be able to give you that added support when you're going for maximal lifts or pushing yourself. But again, get some more insight. These can be great options, though. I definitely do recommend them. And the cool thing about this is the material is they're not going to hold on to the sweat as much, so you can wash them, and they're going to be nice and clean and sanitized. So definitely a thumbs up.
And kind of speaking of accessories in this kind of ballpark, I also wanted to use this as an opportunity to talk about workout gloves, which can be another great option. It's just a matter of, again, what your intentions are and what you're looking to gain from it.
In this video, I'm going to be going over the Glow Fit workout gloves. As you can see, they have the cutoff fingers. And what this is really all about is having the actual grip support and this little like tactile material here that helps get you a better grip. Now, if you don't want calluses on your hands like I have, or you feel like your grip is the failing point, and you want to kind of be able to work past that, these types of gloves can be a great asset. The cool thing about them is also they have a nice stretchy material. They're breathable on the back, so you're not going to be able to necessarily get all that sweat and funk holding into them. But what I will say is when you're using these, this is not going to long-term improve your grip strength. You're relying on the actual material to help you grab that bar or whatever it is that you're grabbing. So the benefit is you can potentially lift more weight, which is going to help your gains. The downside is you may not be conditioning your hands and the grip itself. So just pros and cons there, but definitely a thumbs up if you want to be able to work these benefits. So in this video, we're going over the reusable and disposable face tissues. This is by ITO. Comes in a pack of 80 sheets per roll. And the cool thing is, again, I'm going to peel one off right here really quick so you can see. It's got dual-sided. So one side has nice texture. The other side is going to be nice and smooth.
So depending on what you want to use it for, my wife likes using it for her makeup removal. Then she can rinse it off, reuse it. I personally like using it here in the gym when I'm working out. I get super sweaty. Instead of grabbing a towel, boom, I can just dry myself off. And then again, if you want to, you can rinse it off and reuse it up to 2 to 3 times. Now, my 2 cents on that is I wouldn't reuse it for things like in the gym. I use it once and I get rid of it. But for like facial removal, makeup removal, for maybe if you have a spill, like sometimes I'll spill my seltzer or my water here, I would definitely just reuse it 2 or 3 times for that purpose. But again, use that at your discretion, but definitely a really cool option to have for reusable purposes. And again, having the dual side textural for, again, maybe some exfoliation or makeup remover, and then the smooth side as well. Thumbs up, y'all. Even for my kids, using it for them, for cleanups when we need it, is definitely a thumbs up and comes in clutch.
Bam. Like, honestly, I had to use this the other day because Tessa was in here with me while I was working with a client, and she had spilled over my protein shake. I had like a yogurt protein shake, and she spilled it over, and I had those disposable ones right next to me. So I'm like, oh, these are perfect. Laid out a couple, let it absorb and soak, and then be able to flip them over. Now, this is one that I even like rinsed off and then got it again. Not for a like bacteria cleanup perspective, but just to like absorb and prevent it from spreading even more with the actual tissues. And then obviously like spraying it over, cleaning it up, getting all the bacteria taken care of. But point being, it was definitely a clutch, honestly, product. It's one of those that like doesn't, again, and I say this sometimes from time to time, like I hope it makes sense. It doesn't seem like super sexy as far as like, oh, I can't wait to use this product, but it's definitely just a functional product. It's one that just gets the job done. Like, for example, to me, a sexier product would be like an Oculus or like my Xbox or the Serene steam sauna, something like that. Is like kind of exciting to use, but you know, there's things that are just not necessarily as exciting to use, but they just get the job done. And to me, this is definitely one of those. And then now kind of transitioning like in the hybrid approach where like, again, it's not a super sexy product to use, but I kind of like it. I think it's kind of fun to mess around with, is the adjustable phone stand.
In this video, we're going to be looking at the Lamicall phone stand. Now, this one is clutch on the engineering design side because it not only has a little area that you could put your cables and your wiring through to plug it in to keep it charging if you're still using while charging. But the other thing I like about this is, check this out. It actually can move, so you can adjust the angle, so that this is one I definitely am using now more so during my live streams. So when I'm actually having my phone rest on it, I can play with the angle, especially if I stand up, move, have the adjustability, and then be able to charge it, plug it in, have all the wires and whatnot coming back through here. So definitely a thumbs up. Super functional and highly recommend.
Shabam, y'all. And oh, what's up, Evans? And again, guys, first off, Brandon, thanks for the follow. That reminded me, I wanted to let you guys know we have our $1,000 cash gift card giveaway. I guess I shouldn't say cash gift card. It's a $1,000 value gift card that you guys get to vote if you want it for like Amazon gift card, Visa gift card. It's basically, I say cash because it's as good as cash. While we've done other like $1,000, $2,000 giveaways, usually they're for like LOF, my brand, my website. But these are just going to be like straight up cash value gift cards that you guys can use however you see fit. We're going to be giving them away as a way to celebrate myself, Gina, and Anna, the professional goddess, all making it to A-lister. We're all a varying degree of followers shy of that. I believe Anna's the closest. She's maybe like 200 or 300 shy. Then Gina is maybe like 1,100 shy, and I'm about like, I think 13 or 12, 1,300 shy. We're doing this from now until October 1st. So again, with your support, I know we'll be able to hit that. And again, the winner's going to get a $1,000 gift card. If you guys want to, you can invite your friends. You'll get bonus points for that. So it'll increase your chances of being randomly selected as a winner. The more accounts you follow, it helps, like, I think, increase your points. Gina has all the rules and everything laid out. And if you guys want info on how you can enter anything like that, let me know. I'll drop it in the comments. I'll put it in the chat and all that fun stuff. Because it's kind of like a weird long URL that I have under our link tree as well, just to make it easier. So with that being said, let's get on into the next piece. And we've got, talk about the workout gloves. Ooh, got a bunch of good stuff here. I'm going to talk about the Geek Chef Air Fryer Toaster. I'll talk about this bad boy in a minute. Also, how's everybody else doing? You guys excited? So we still have in about an hour and 15 minutes. So 10 o'clock Eastern time, we're doing our next episode of Real Family-ish. Gina and myself are co-hosting we have Coach Eric and Coach Azima coming on. They're an awesome married couple.
Eric was my first ever MMA coach. Like I've known him for over 15 years now. And he was my first MMA coach, like such an influential figure in my fight career and just my personal development in so many ways. I'm super excited to have him come on with his wife, Azima. And Azima's awesome as far as like life coaching, but also empowerment for women in their bodies and in their minds. There's so much cool stuff. I can't wait for you guys to join in with us.
So just to dig in here a little bit more into highlight, I wanted to have two different B-rolls playing. Right up here is the chicken wings. Right over here are the dehydrated mangoes. What I actually did, because I wanted to show you guys, like, I think sometimes when we think about, like, you know, changing up your nutrition habits and whatnot, it's like, oh, I have to have everything from scratch. It has to be perfect. Like, I'll be honest with you, no. Sometimes I don't have the time to make fresh chicken wings, like, with my own sauce and whatnot. So I bought these from the store, straight up from the freezer. They already had the buffalo ranch sauce on. I threw them right into the air fryer toaster, threw the settings on, be able to throw it on air fryer. I put it on 20 minutes, I believe, and 10 minutes about halfway through. I just flip them, got them nice and crispy, and they were amazing. So I wanted to share that with you guys specifically for this one, so you guys can understand, like, again, even as a health professional, this is what I do for a living. Ideally, it's great to have organic and fresh and make your own sauce and do all that stuff, totally. But sometimes, based on time and bandwidth and what you have going on, this might be the best option. It's about making the best choice and the best option you have at that time. And being able to have the Geek Chef air fryer toaster can help leverage that a little bit more, have it a little bit more convenient. You don't have to worry about like preheating it and stuff like that, which to me was pretty awesome, because that's one of my hesitations when it comes to using the oven, which I still use at times. It's just like, I don't want to have to preheat it and wait. It adds more time onto it. So literally dial it to 20 minutes, throw them in, flip them halfway through, and you're good to go. And even that, you technically don't have to. I just like to. Now let's slide over to the mangoes here for a second. Looking at these, this is again another one. I'm a huge fan of dehydrated mangoes, but from a cost perspective and also from like a kind of portion sizing perspective, I can spend a lot of money and I can also eat way too much of them. So what I decided to do was, again, get the frozen ones and just throw them in. Now, what you'll notice in this one, they got a little crispy because I put them in for 3 hours straight. What I would recommend after doing it since then is being able to do them from a half hour at a time, let them sit for 10 minutes, flip them, do it for another half hour, then let them rest for like 10 minutes and then see where they're at. And then maybe an hour and a half in usually is going to be good. I did it for 2 hours this last time, and it came out, again, great, not as crispy on the edges. These were frozen from chunks. What I also did is I got some fresh mangoes now, and I'm going to slice them up longer and thinner, and I'll shoot some B-roll for that as well if you guys want to see that and dig into some of the differences when you lay them down and what it can look like. But I wanted to share that with you guys because I'm a really big fan of leveraging the air fryer and toaster, not adding the calories from oils, and being able to have the versatility it can provide with so many different things.
Ooh, Trader Joe's with the chicken wings is what I'm hearing, Lori. Okay, I appreciate that shout out. Hold on.
This video,
pause that. I'm gonna have to check them out. Now, you know, I'm a huge when it comes to Trader Joe's. I love they have a breakfast burrito that's so good. They have a sugar-free, unsweetened dehydrated mangoes that's really good, and then they have a dark chocolate peanut butter cup or almond butter cup. This is really good as well. Oh, what's up, Chris? And then, dude, I realized I was realizing this before because I didn't stream during a workout. I was like, oh man, I realized I didn't write down Chris's number. Should do a message. But yeah, man, no worries. You don't have to apologize. I just don't want you to like have your number out there and then like have people messaging you where you don't want people messaging you. But like, I don't think that's ever really been a problem here, at least to this capacity. But I would just say again, man, go to lifestyleoffitness.com, right? And have your mom or your dad or whoever help you, and they can help you get on a call with me to get it scheduled up and whatnot so we can kind of touch base. Or again, like I have my contact info here on lifestyleoffitness.com. We have our emails, our social media. You can DM me, all that good stuff. I'll check on YouTube right now to see if I have any comments or DMs from you on YouTube.
Talking about the Govee LED string lights. As you can see, I have them set up here with the lights on. We're going to dig into what it actually looks like on the app and how to get it set up. But before we dig into the app, I want to show you another really cool feature, which is actually the hooks that come built on each one of the light bulbs. You can easily hook it onto if you already have a frame or a setup like that. Super easy to pop on and pop off as well.
So now let's look at getting it set up on the app. And for this, you go right into the store. You're going to look up Govee Home, and then you're going to be able to match it up to whichever product that you have. Now, the cool thing is, again, once you select the actual light bulb, you'll see if the right one pops up. Right there, you see I didn't. And then right there, now that I did, you'll see the brand and the name come up. Boom, it's going to connect. And then once you have it set up, you can even rename it if you want, set up all that fun stuff, and then have complete control from your app, which is my probably favorite feature to these light bulbs. And so many cool settings and details in between.
Bam. And then I think, Chris, you're saying you love the wings from Hooters, right? Yeah, there you go. And then I got you. And yeah, like I was saying, it's all like, and it doesn't mean when it comes to like desserts that there's not like, oh, this is potentially option that's lower caloric density and could be perceived as like better or worse. And like, I don't know, man. As I get older, and this is something maybe we'll talk about on the podcast as well with Eric and Azima, is like getting away from things that are like good and bad, and just those like polarizing labels, but being able to see it's all like, again, it's all on a spectrum, right? It's all relative to like, hey, if you can eat 100 calories of ice cream by itself isn't really that bad. If the downside to like ice cream or anything that's like sweet and calorie dense is it tastes good. So it's going to give us a cue to want to eat more. And we can eat a lot of it. You can eat a lot of calories before you really get those satisfying full feelings. So the combination of eating more calories plus it also being that much more satisfying can combine for drastically more calories being taken in. And that's really the bigger issue, or the bigger variable that doesn't serve us, is like taking in more calories than we're burning, and then being able to like, it also can impact like, microbiome and our bacteria in our gut and some other variables from like inflammation and even some brain chemistry stuff that gets very interesting. There's all these cool variables. At least I like to call them cool. Maybe you guys would disagree with that, but. And then I tried for the first time ever wings from Hooters. Oh, nice, man. I'm glad you liked it. And then ever make overnight oats? I know, but they're bad. Not just calories, but ingredients. Wait, what's bad when it comes to calories and ingredients? Desserts or talking about overnight oats? What we got here, Lori? Because I saw your messages, but I think they're not timing up well with my messages here. And then I'm at 91 days of working out. Whoa, get it, Chris? Dessert from Trader Joe's. Yeah, I mean, I think it's relative too, right? Like which I think in general, no matter what dessert you get, and you can say this even about their foods too, like even the breakfast wraps and the dehydrated mangoes and all that fun stuff. Like it's no matter what it is, it would be even better if you made it and you controlled everything at home for the most part. Like knowing exactly what went into it, how many calories were in it, like the exact ingredients, that there's not any like misapplication of portions. Like there's so many variables that could become really, really helpful. But anyways, I'm going to stop. I'll rant a little bit more. We'll save some of this for when Gina comes on, when we're doing our Real Family-ish podcast. We're doing that in about an hour. We got Eric and Azima coming on again. Coach Eric was MMA coach, now like overall life coach, works with like just super high performing men. And he's worked with UFC champions from Dominic Cruz to like Randy Couture to you name it. He's been in the space for long enough. He's either worked with them or worked with people close to them like Jocko Willings, Dean Lister. Yeah, I could go on and on, y'all. Okay. And then what did I miss? Sir, love for you to do a cooking stream, but not sure that's your thing. Yeah, no. So I think that's a great point, Lori. I have a coach, a culinary trained chef and nutrition coach that comes on once a month. I was actually just texting her before. She's going to go on the Lifestyle of Fitness and Life of a Fighter channel and do a cooking stream. I think she's going to come on the Coach Mike and Friends channel as well to be able to do a cooking stream through my channel with me and my team. So if you have any requests for what she could, because we actually have had her on for a few times before. And then, oh, what's up, PRA? So a Puerto Rican Ashley. I'm just going to call you PRA, Puerto Rican Ashley. And then, ay, papi, and then like, see, I don't have like savvy talk. I'm so focused on like German right now that like I don't have any like good like Italian or Spanish lingo I could throw out there. And then let's see. So yeah, hopefully that helps. And then yes, yeah, right, Lori. And then admitted that I needed help. Hold on, let me see what I missed. Okay, I talked to a guy who is a nurse on Church Online, and admitted that I needed help. Oh, dude, I'm glad that you have been communicating with people, by the way, Chris, because again, like you even said on the stream, man, there's always free resources, and I don't want money to be the thing that holds you back, but also like Anna was kind of alluding to, as entertainers and as streamers and as people that, are on this side of the spectrum, like, or this side of the camera, I should say, I don't obviously have the same pull on my bandwidth that she does, but just don't take it personal when like influencers don't necessarily answer you, because there's so much going on in their lives, just like you have so much going on in your life. It's not a personal thing, but I'm glad that you're talking to someone about your mental health, man. It's such a big deal. Like I can't state that enough. And then where you been hiding though? How you been? Dude, let's see. I was on Monday, right? Yesterday I just didn't taking care of business. Then today I wanted to do my live stream. I kind of jacked my back up, so I didn't do my workout live stream. So I'm doing this one now. Then I'm going to do another one. We got my cousin Gina is going to be co-hosting with me at 10 o'clock Eastern time, so in about an hour. And then we have my MMA coach and just a close friend of mine, Coach Eric Uresk, and his wife Azima coming on, talking about coaching, talking about relationships. They have their own podcast they're dropping, working with just high-performing executives, men and women, in a whole bunch of different fields, like super exciting stuff. Oh my God, what I tell you about being careful. Yeah, it's like, again, it's just after, just fighting for over a decade, your body's just going to only be able to hold up so much. There's going to be things that break down. Hold on. Gonna be me tonight. Zima had to teach. I should have communicated that. Oh man. I'll make sure. All right, so I'm just gonna send the link. I'm sending the link to Eric. Boom. Go live in an hour. Boom. Okay. All right. Are you on another? Hold on. Let me just catch up here. So are you on another stream? So I'm actually dual streaming. Yeah. So I'm streaming on LOF and on Coach Mike because I have two different channels. We actually have a bunch of channels. I have the Ask Ashley one, which is my wife's. I have my Coach Mike and Friends, which is this one. And then I have the LOF one, which is my company and my brand one, which I'm live streaming from as well. And then we're also on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, LinkedIn. So like if you don't see it in this chat, there's like a bunch of chats open right now. And yeah, that's true. You have to be careful. You're getting older. Yeah, I mean, and dude, I didn't even do anything crazy. I wasn't even like striking or doing jujitsu. I just like was going to pick up my kids, and I really like every once in a while, like I'm so on point with putting my body in good position that every once in a while I'll find myself like overextending and trying to balance where I shouldn't be, and it just like my body pays a toll. So yeah, that's just one of the dynamics. And oh, gotcha, popular guy. I'm like, is he talking to himself? Yeah, no, I just got like a bunch of different chats open. I mean, maybe I am talking to myself. Who knows? Maybe this is all not even real. It's all hypothetical, right? Oh shit, should be linked to it. I'll send it over. Sorry, I have it, and then now I just have a client messaging me like we had a link set up, but it looks like their link for the workout itself wasn't going over. So we got to get that. Bada bing, bada boom, y'all. It's a figment of imagination, right? Who knows? Who knows, right, dude? All right, so now let's get into, I think we got the waist trainer up, right? Yeah, let me talk about the waist trainer. Because this thing's actually more legit than I thought it was when I first got it. And the biggest thing for these waist trainers is I like two components to highlight. All right, I held up one finger. Two things to highlight. One is the ability to help you facilitate sweating. Okay, this is definitely, especially with the inner liner material, it's gonna help you facilitate some sweat, which if, again, you wanna you have to cut weight for an event, like for my fighter, my combat-based athletes out there, my weight-based athletes, this can be a helpful tool. As well as, again, what I do like is it can be a great tactile cue, so you can have this, you can kind of hook it in, has 14 different rows of hooks to hold it in place, and don't have to worry about a zipper getting hot or anything like that. Just rubbing up against you, feeling any kind of awkward. But this can be also a great tactile, physical cue to help, you know what, I don't have the best posture, let's say. You put this on, it can help just remind you, I should have that little bit of posture, that little tactile cueing.
The one thing I will say when it comes to both that tactile physical cue, whether it comes to like wearing it to get some sweat out of your body, this is not by itself going to magically get you a six pack though. I will say that. Like you actually have to still be in a calorie deficit. You still have to like exercise your core. You still have to get that work in. You still have to be mindful of what you're putting into your body and all that fun stuff. But this can be a great tool to help facilitate, again, if you have to lose some water weight for like a weight.
So I just realized I've been playing the waist trainer, not the weighted waist hula hoop B-roll, which we don't even have on the carousel, but I do have that in my storefront. In case you guys are wondering, I do have the waist trainer, but I meant to actually, I'm kind of embarrassed, play the hula hoop. And then to your point, PRA, it's a cool, they got pink, they got blue. Oh man, my back. Dude, now I'm realizing also where I think it came from. The way I'm positioning this chair, it's got good support, but the way I'm positioning, I'm actually leaning it against my desk, and I can feel exactly where there's no support on this and putting pressure on the desk. And man, I can feel like just from being on the like this angle is putting pressure on my back in a way that's no bueno. I'm gonna have to make some adjustments here. We're gonna have to move, y'all.
All right, y'all. So I'm going to break it down, this weighted hula hoop. And I got to say, right off the bat, I was a little skeptical when I got it, just because I thought it was potentially a gimmicky idea. But, you know, after being able to apply it and use it myself and be able to have my wife use it, and actually just to like look at the just objective kind of data and information around it, this actually gets a thumbs up for me. Again, as a strength conditioning coach, this is one I was like, again, somewhat skeptical of, but looking at how it actually causes you to engage the core, the anti-rotation component of it, and being able to, just from a coordination standpoint, get it to move, it was actually a really solid product. The one thing I will say is make sure you have this thing locked in place. Otherwise, I had it kind of like not fully locked into the magnet, and it kind of came off. So just make sure you're doing that. Otherwise, this gets a complete thumbs up for me. It's actually something I'll be using with some of my in-person clients and recommending to some of my virtual clients as well. So, yeah, y'all.
Damn, just setting up calls, y'all, making stuff happen. And speaking of which, guys, I'm going to take a minute here really quickly just to plug for, if you go to lifestyleoffitness.com, we have our 12-week body recon program. Shout out to everybody that's been taking advantage and getting on that where you can. Now, I know it's not for everybody, but for those of you that have taken the time to learn if it's a good fit for you, even if the program is not a good fit, I still give you a shout out for taking time and wanting to invest energy and do something. And that's the other thing. Even if it's not a good fit, what I always like to give everyone an option is, hey, here's an option of where you can go. If it's not even with me, here's where you can go. Another coach, another brand, another team, another direction. Like I honestly talked to a woman the other week, and I'm going to be honest with you. It sounds like you need a little bit more hand holding, I didn't word it exactly like this, but it sounds like you want some more like in-person kind of like reassurance for like technique and like accountability and things that like, listen, I'm going to be transparent with you guys. I'm not, how much someone pays me, like, I'm not going to hold anybody's hand. Like that's not going to get anyone anywhere, to be honest with you. And if money is going to be the biggest variable for you, you can find low cost options, but again, you get what you pay for. So just be mindful of that too. And like I tell people that, saying, listen, I want you to get the best possible option that you can for your money. And let me try and help refer you somewhere where you're not going to get injured, at least, because that's the downside. If you're going to work with a trainer for like $20 to $50 an hour, even $50 to $100 an hour, the risk of you working with someone that isn't paying attention, that doesn't know what they're doing, or just doesn't care enough to actually protect you can be pretty high. Now it's high across the board, but to me, from my experience, it's usually where you're not getting paid your worth in that area, or on the very other opposite end of the spectrum. If you are like all just about money and profit, you're just churning people out and you're not actually giving them enough value from a technical and a critical standpoint. But I usually tend to see it more so like if you go into any kind of commercial gym and there's just trainers just trying to pump out numbers and like make sales and just like, get through it and get their kind of like foundation established. Not everyone's like that, but you have to be mindful of that too. And even when someone's has the best intentions, like I was there when I was a young trainer, like I was like, all right, so if I want to make let me make a number, like $5,000 a month. All right. And I'm making, $25 to $45 per hour training somebody. How many people am I going to have to train? Like how long am I going to train with them? And like, there's so many variables. So just be mindful of all that. But again, if you want someone that can like help you and just walk through that process with you guys, like again, if it's not working with us, I'll help find something for you guys. So go to lifestyleoffitness.com, check it out, shoot us a DM, check out us on social media, enter in our giveaway as well. We got that set up. I'm super excited for our $1,000 gift card cash giveaway. It's going to be going down. And then PRA, I see all these messages like in the pink. Yeah, just stand up. Yeah, like so I'm actually excited because I'm working with one of our sponsors to get a standing desk. Because right now, the way my camera's set up, I'm using my Sony 4K. I'm not using the OBS Tiny. When I use the OBS Tiny, I could just stand up and it'll track me. This one is on a very special tripod and setup. So it's a little bit more of a pain in the butt to like change the camera angle and the position. So I'm usually less inclined to do that. But with that being said, let's get into our initial force workout dumbbells, y'all. In this video, we're looking at the initial force adjustable dumbbell. Now, the cool thing about this is it's not only going from 55 pounds, but look at how we adjust it. You have a turn of the knob, and then bam, that's how you're going to be adjusting the weight. And then it literally just slides right out, slide back in. Again, adjust the weight, click it into place, and same thing. Now, one thing I want to show you is how is this working? These two little nodules right here are actually activating as springs or as little presses on these springs right here that are the locking mechanism. So that's what keeps it safe, super easy. From my experience, this handle is the fastest to swap out. Definitely a recommend. Now, this is also a single dumbbell when you order them. So if you want a complete set of two, you're going to have to order two of them. Definitely a thumbs up though. And bam, y'all. So now let's dig into our wallet. So while the B-roll hasn't finished publishing, don't mind me, I'm going to show you guys my wallet. I've been transitioning from a money clip to my wallet. So again, open this bad boy up. You got your ID. Let's count how many actual little like card holders it has. 1, 2, 3, 6, 8, 9. So we got 9 card holders. Plus, it's got a nice little kind of like slot right here. You can slide in some extra stuff. 2 little areas for your cash. So you got 2 different compartments for cash. Like, guys, transparent, like you guys can kind of see, like I never carry cash around. Like a 20 and a couple dollar bills on me. And with a money clip, I was even less inclined to carrying cash because I always felt like it got jumbled up, it got in the way, it got like folded over and messed up. But having a wallet, to me at least, protects the bill a little bit more. And like, listen, cash is cash, so like people are going to take it. But I don't know, man. There's something I just didn't like about like crumbled up cash. I feel like it just not a fan of it. And then when you have like a bunch of that, like you just kind of like go in your pocket and try to pull it out. Like, dude, I'll be honest with you, that's one thing about my wife, man. I love you, Ashley, and I love my wife. But there's certain variables, and like honestly, I'm not one to throw shade because like I'm not the most organized person. If you guys could see outside of the camera view right now to see kind of how messy it would be in my garage, you would get it. But my wife, if you go in her bag, like she'll have her cards everywhere. She has like cash crumbled up everywhere. Like my kids are going in there pulling stuff out. So that's like a thing I'm not a huge fan of. And this wallet to me has just helped me kind of, again, keep everything in one place, stay organized. Now, the one thing you'll see is like this is thicker than a money clip. That's the key benefit to me to a money clip is like the thinness of it. But even with that, it's really not that bad. Now, there is a little bit of a bulk to it. And this is something I would not put in my back pocket, but it's been a nice change of pace. So I'm going to keep you guys posted with it and how it's continuously going along. And let's see if I think the new sports sunglasses should be up as well. But let me see if they actually posted. No, it doesn't look like we have those saved. We'll go into the outdoor umbrella. What's up, umbrella? Let's see if I save this properly. No, that's that. I will put up the screen door. All right, y'all. So in this video, we're going to be going over the Magzo screen door. Now, I wanted to show you guys the manual because I always get excited when there's less than a couple steps. It's like 6 steps, literally that simple. And you have 2 basic things. You're going to have the screen itself that it comes with that you can select from a variety of sizes to make sure it fits your door. And then you're going to have the adhesive tape that I apparently keep dropping with added push pins if you need that support. So all it's recommending to do is we're going to open this bad boy up. You're going to think about if you want it right side opening or left side opening. It says that in there, which I think is a great point. We're literally just going to map all of this out, put it onto the floor, and then you're going to add your tape, be able to set it up the way you want so it sticks right on. Then we take the adhesive part out. Boom. Bust this bad boy out. Check this out. Super simple. It has tape already on, so you're going to open it up. Take off this brown side. That's where it's going to stick right on. And then it's going to Velcro right onto the screen itself. Put it on the border of the frame, sticking it on, keeping it nice and simple. And again, if you need added support, you can use the push pin. So mapping, laying out the screen, putting on the adhesive tape onto the door frame itself, putting that bad boy on, make sure you have it either right opening or left opening. Think ahead of time to make sure it's set up. And then you have the push pins if you need. Definitely a thumbs up. And super excited to have this up, especially with all the mosquitoes in the summertime. Keep this bad boy up so you can keep the mosquitoes out of your house. Thumbs up, y'all.
Oh, bam. And then what's up, Italian boy 69? Oh, you're making me blush. Oh, geez. What's up, pretty eyes? Thank you. All right, let me see what else we got here, y'all. So we got the Uni Libra. We got the variety of sizes. So we'll go over the mattress protector and then the mattress pad. Got GRT. Let's see if we got some good inlink coupons here as well. And I'm going to play you guys some B-roll on this puppy. So yeah, for the mattress protector, we got 15% off inlink by Uni Libra. Oh, how's hump day going? Oh, dude, it's going, man. I'm getting into the home stretch clearly, I think, because it's the end of the day. But really, like, I haven't done more like meetings and stuff, which is weird because I plan on today being more of like a physically active day, but I kind of jacked my back up a little bit. I'm getting old and paying some consequences. And I've been working mobility, but I'll be transparent with you guys. I've been slacking on one of my mobility days on Thursdays, which is now tomorrow. So I'm actually thinking about live streaming my mobility day tomorrow to just hold me accountable to doing it. Because what I do notice is even though I worked out today, I didn't work out as hard or as intense. And when I live stream it, I feel like it holds me accountable. So see that. And then I just ran 3 miles. It feels so great right now. Oh, that's awesome. So hit me with what's your biggest goal right now, if you don't mind me asking. So you're running 3 miles. What are you working towards? Do you have anything in particular building up for? Is it just routine? Like what's going down on that front? And now let's do a little screen share. So I can talk about the Uni Libra. So again, like I was saying, we got 15% off. And again, this is the king size, but again, they have a variety of sizes from twin all the way up to Cali King. You got all your different options in between. You got the air fiber, you got bamboo, you got microfiber. And then this is where you could just see, again, the waterproof dynamic, the layers that facilitate that and make it happen. The coziness of it all, the design, the wave pattern for cooling as well as just comfort. Pretty good stuff. And then, okay, I see you just want to stay in shape. Nice. Okay, I see you. Talk to me about weight training too. You get your weights in. Do you do resistance training? Do you do resistance bands? Do you do body weight stuff, calisthenics, yoga? What kind of resistance stuff are you into, if at all? I just like to ask all the questions. Don't mind me. All right, let's see what else do we got here. So we highlighted that. Let me go to, got GRT. Let's get this puppy going too. Ooh, and this one has 10% off. Nice. Let's see what we got here. So you got, again, 10% off inlink coupon. Waterproof, breathable, noiseless. Just that's like a cool thing I didn't actually think about, but like noiseless makes a lot of sense in my opinion. And it's definitely something I think that we should be just consistently like working in and seeing in our routine because of the value and the benefit.
of mobility. But also the cool thing about like yoga, Pilates, and things like that is there is a layer of like resistance training to it, meaning you're going to have to master your body positioning and that just kind of awareness to where your body's at in space and the strength to be able to like hold it and functionally you don't want to see my emails. I just realized I still screen sharing is really valuable. All right. So with that being said, we got the 2 different brands here. Let me go through and see if there's anything else I might be missing. Ooh, what about the 2-pack that's also waterproof? And then, yeah, yoga and Pilates. What? Now, if you had to pick one, yoga or Pilates, which one you picking? Which one you picking? You got to go one, yoga or Pilates. What are we going with? Now, I'm just curious. I think I just got to stay moving. I'm like kind of getting bored. Like this is something that normally I've been working out lately while I'm live streaming and playing B-roll for you guys to go through all this stuff. So it feels weird to just be sitting here. I got to be honest. And then Pilates, of course. Okay. All right. I'll be honest. Like I would go, I'm more of a yoga person. So it's cool. That's why I like asking too, to see different people's perspectives and preferences. All right. So we got that. Got that. Ooh, let's talk about the Soho shades. What? Now, I wish I had my aviators here. I have both of the shades are in the car right now. Let's see. Yeah, no, I have them both in the car. So let's do a little screen share here and bring that up as well. But yeah, guys, I also wonder who isn't in on the giveaway. We have a $1,000 cash prize giveaway that's being given October 1st or announced October 1st. So you have from now until then to get in on it. Who hasn't gotten in on the $1,000 giveaway? Should do Pilates tonight. I bet you would fall in love. I mean, I've done Pilates before. It's not that I haven't done it. I've done it with like the machines and all types of fun stuff. But maybe I need to re-explore it. And then, oh, what's up, Luca? First time in the chat. Thanks for dropping by. So, Luca, since it's your first time in the chat, I'll kind of give you a heads up. I have 2 different channels open right now that I'm streaming on here on Amazon. We have the Coach Mike channel. You're on the Lifestyle of Fitness channel right now. So you're going to see different products. Then, oh, hey, what's up, Vicky? Vicky, I could see you on the Coach Mike side. And then we have people on Twitch as well, LinkedIn, YouTube, all that fun stuff. But yeah, Lucas, so what you joined in on my LOF channel. If you're not following, please feel free to follow already. I saw your videos. Nice. Well, I hope you enjoy them. And again, we're doing a $1,000 Amazon gift card giveaway. If you want to get in on that, it's absolutely free to get in. I can put the link in the chat, or I could put the link here in the comments on whatever platform you guys are on, because I'm really excited. We're doing it from now until October 1st. It's when we're doing the official drawing. And again, we have a $1,000 cash prize on the line, or it's really a gift card, but it's going to be good for cash. Instead of it being like, hey, $1,000 to our nutrition course or whatever, which I've done before in the past, I want to do straight up just $1,000 cash. And then thanks. Have a good day, Mike. Yeah, thanks, Luke. I appreciate it, dude. Any kind of requests or any, inquiries, things like that, just let me know. I'm happy to help. And again, guys, we just get to build. Again, thank you to everybody here, from Italian Boy to PRA to Vicky to Chris to Lori to everyone that's always dropping by, saying hey in the chat, just like showing love and interacting. It's huge and it's really appreciated. So I appreciate you guys. It's kind of what I'm getting at here. All right, so this is where my temptation, where I'm tempted to go all the way back and put that pressure on my back. So I'm gonna kind of use a little bit more posture here. All right, so we got about like another half hour. I think we're going to be streaming, maybe 40 minutes, and then we're going to get into the Real Family-ish stream. Man, I'm excited for the podcast, y'all. We got, again, Eric coming on. He was my first ever MMA coach. Just a great dude. Oh, Evans. Hope your back gets better, Coach Mike. Thanks, Evans. And here's the thing. Like, while I've been moving back and forth between the home gym studio and our like Rogue Combat Club new location, I've like I have a bunch of great equipment in both, but I can't wait to just have like the gym set up, because then I'm like, the goal is to be even Wednesday nights streaming after I coach my fighters, stream right at the gym, do my mobility cool down, having more integrated aspects and having all the tools easily accessible in one place. And then having my home gym as kind of like a demo place for workouts and training clients where needed, but really doing most of my stuff at the gym, doing most of my streaming at the gym, and the home studio kind of just a conveniency factor. So I really look forward to having more of that set up, kind of it's basically my point. But yeah, how you doing, by the way, Evans? And also, let's pull up the car holder and charger setup, because this one, again, I used driving down to Hilton Head, and it's super simple to set up. It was definitely clutch. Hands-free, 360-degree rotatable and anti-shake air vent mount. Yeah, so that's what's really cool is like the way the mount is set up. It goes right into the vent, and then it allows room for the cable, the charger, to go underneath and just to get locked in place without any issues getting it in or out. Super easy to use. The movement, the angles, the rotation. It's absolutely clutch. And then I'm just waiting for my actual B-roll to get approved so I can show you guys that on a shoppable video. But you can see it's super easy. Now, I think the most valuable piece, though, is actually when they set it up in the air vent, how it hooks on and how super adjustable it is, actually. This is like, I want to kind of fast forward so they can show this piece. Again, it holds in, but here's really where I think the bread and butter is. They don't even show it getting pushed or connected into the vent. Is when you actually anchor that and you hook it into the vent, it doesn't actually get loose because you can like twist it and really like lock it into place. So it gets nice and tight and taut. So you have to worry about it popping out or anything like that, which I think is super clutch. And then, yeah, y'all, let's see if we got any other questions. I'll continue to go through everything, break stuff down. And then sick again. Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear that. What's going on with you, Evans? Is it kind of the same stuff? Is it your back? Is it immune system stuff? What's going down? What is going down? And then we're going to get into, I've got the Fitus half-gallon water bottle container here. This is one that actually has, like, again, your goal, by like 9 o'clock, be at this point, be at noon at this point, and so on and so forth. So it's definitely one I think is cool to have, is like, oh, like I should be at this point. Hopefully it doesn't cause stress or anxiety. I end up drinking double this. I usually drink at least a gallon a day. This is a half gallon. So what I find helpful is using I have one of these and I have a bunch of other half gallon size. Like this is another half gallon option. Bunch of them. I'll fill them up and then have like one in the garage. And I'll have one in the living room. And then I have one in the kitchen, one in the bedroom, and just kind of have them throughout the house so that I'm always just like hydrating and keeping track of my fluids. So I know where they started at throughout the day. And then I just minus off the differences and I know where I'm at, if you want to really, truly track it that much. But I think they're just like valuable nonetheless. And then hold on, Italian boy that says, what kind of MMA do you do? So it's a good question. So nowadays I coach Muay Thai. I'm retired from any kind of professional fighting, really. I still will compete in jiu-jitsu, but I don't like calling that professional competition because, like, while for super fights there's payment to it, it's like I don't really consider that a part of my profession. I'm not that technically savvy in it, but Muay Thai would definitely be my area of expertise more so. I think I saw you on TV before. I mean, yeah, it's, what's funny, man. Now to see the sport of MMA grow so much, like to have someone say, oh yeah, I've seen you on TV possibly. It's like, it's actually like very possible versus like 10 years ago. I'd be like, nah, dude, you like confusing me with someone on the UFC. And not that obviously if you're on the UFC, you're on TV, but there's so many other platforms and there's so many other ways to consume the information that it's cool to be able to see that. Like, yeah, being able to have fought, professionally and internationally and like be on like ESPN radio for a talk show, being on like highlights and like having at one point the New Jersey state record for fastest knockout for like 2 hours until someone on the same card knocked somebody out in like 4 seconds when I had 11 seconds. Yeah, it's just, it's cool, but it's also crazy because like I had retired from MMA when I was 23 or 24, like right in the prime of my life because I got injured. And no, I'm not even famous. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, that's my point, is like I'm not even a UFC champion. Like I'm not anyone that would be that highly clouded in the MMA space, but for how long or for like how long I've been competing, the amount of, I think, like highlights or fights or things that'll be out there. Like you could have seen it, like Eric, you've definitely seen on TV, like even Johnny Buck here in town, you've seen it on TV. What's your name? I want to Google it. Yeah, for sure. You can just Google like Life of a Fighter, Mike Callo, Caulo, and just like Mike Callo MMA. Like it'll come up on Google, on Twitch, on YouTube. Not on Twitch, actually. I don't know why I'm saying Twitch. But Google, YouTube, same thing. I think, yeah, like you'll see a bunch of probably different stuff come up. But I'm just super grateful that while my MMA career didn't go the way I wanted. I retired while I was still an amateur. I was able to transition and take my interest there, put it into Muay Thai and kickboxing professionally, do that, and then still now be able to practice jiu-jitsu and just be able to do it for the fun of it. What's cool about jiu-jitsu is like you can be 45 and do it professionally, and like you don't have to like take head trauma as much. Now, is it the best way to make a living? I'll be honest with you guys. No, man. Like you're not going to make a ton of money in jiu-jitsu for competition. Like it's usually the 1% is people that are making a living off of it. But to be able to just have that interest, I think is also a really cool aspect and fulfilling if you enjoy the training, the journey, the process, and not about like the prize fighting dynamic of it. Because if you're doing it for the money, man, like you're going to get burnt out. You're going to get chewed up by this industry. It's not going to go well. And then, yeah, everything happens for a reason. That's exactly it. And I think it's harder sometimes to grasp that or understand that when you don't know what the meaning is, or you don't agree with it, or you're not in line with it. And it kind of goes against what you have planned. But when I look back in hindsight, the way everything worked out, it's like it all worked out the way it was supposed to. And that's even what we'll talk about, I'm sure, to a certain degree with Eric on the podcast here in like a half hour or so, because I'm going to be bringing this stream home in about 20, 30 minutes and then jumping on the stream with Gina and Eric. We're doing a podcast with him, breaking stuff down. I'm just really excited about that. And then, so how old are you now? And right now I'm 34. I'm about to be 35 in September. I'm getting there. Now, what's cool about that is like in the athletic world, I'm not that old, like you have like MMA fighters gone to like 44, 40-ish. And then, yeah, Christina, I'm a professional food eater, right? Yeah, I could totally shift my professional prowess to that. But we're just kind of talking about the idea of, transitioning from fighting. And like, here's something I didn't talk about that came up last week though on the podcast was when you have an identity with something for so long, whether it's like fighting or like bodybuilding or competition or fitness or sports, or let's say even your job, and someone has to retire and they move on. When you have to now reevaluate your identity because it's so entwined and interwoven with what you do like that, it can be a crisis. It can be like an identity crisis. But I've been just like super grateful to be like, hey, like it's just always been a part of who I am. It's not always what I am. And for a very long period of time, it was like all I had and all I did. And that's what defined me. So that was really hard, but I'm grateful I had that experience too. And then, hey, Vicky, praying for you. What's going down, Vicky? Is everything okay? And then, Mike, who are you having on tonight? So tonight we're having on my first ever MMA coach, Eric Uresk. He is retired now. He still works with a handful of great fighters like Dominic Cruz. He works, he coaches jiu-jitsu out of Victory MMA, owned by Jocko Willings and Dean Lister. So again, great community and network and support system around him. He really works now with, high performing and achieving men that really just want to unlock all their potential. Is he young too? And then so Eric, I want to say is 40. I could be off a little bit on that, but I want to say he's like, maybe he's like 38 to 42, somewhere in that window. I don't even know. I have to like double check. I should probably know this right off the top of my head. I don't. I'm a little embarrassed by that. I'd have to Google it and check his bio info. But again, let's pull up his bio right now so you guys can kind of see a little bit more on him. I want to pull up, Tiger Muay Thai. Because actually, he was going to go to Tiger Muay Thai and be, I think, their co-head coach. So, yeah, co-head MMA coach, head wrestling coach, Eric Uresk right here. So he actually didn't take this position because he ended up going a different route for the last year, just really investing and doubling down on himself and some great things. Again, he's got a high-level Greco background, black belt Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Judo, 11 years MMA experience as a professional. Working with a bunch of greats, everywhere from Dominic Cruz, Ross Pearson, Jeremy Stevens, Angela Hill, list goes on and on. Super, super impressive list of just fighters and people he's gotten to work with. And then Kathleen, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. What? I want to see if I've seen him on TV. I mean, yeah, you could Google him and see if you recognize him if you've seen him on TV. He's definitely had professional fights on TV before. And let's see what we've got here, Chris. So it looks like you want some tips from him. Yeah, dude, tune in, man. Ask us questions. And then, yeah, Christina, yeah, got to get your hands in everything. Yeah, dude, that's what it's all about, right? Oh, snap. Box on a boxing bag. Yeah, we can go over like I'll definitely we can talk about a bunch of stuff. We got some cool topics to talk about for sure. Let's see what else do we get. Yo, I'm trying to think. Christina, what's going down with you, dude? Do you have any fun shows coming up? Some cooking, some workout stuff. Let the people know. Drop you a link. Let them know what's going down, homie. For those that's not following Christina, I imagine if there's like one person here that's not, I'd be surprised. But just in case. And then it sounds like Vicky had surgery, Mike. Yeah, Vicky, what'd you have surgery on? You okay? What's going on? Hope everything's all right. Sending love your way, you know. And then we got the Zealous Bozu ball, or the half kind of physio ball that I still have to unbox that. But we finally got that in. I'm excited for. I got some new boxing gloves coming in on the way. I still got to unpack those. Oh, let's talk about our backpack here too, yo. This is one that I didn't talk about yet. I wanted to play. Let's see if I can get the bag. Throw it in the bag. Let's see. And then does anyone like watch MMA out there? Like, are you guys into fighting at all beyond like, just the, hey, I've seen it before? Like, are anyone actual fans? Like, would know anyone in the space? And then, oh man, they got it all out. Okay. Thanks for letting me know, Chris. And then sending all the love your way, Vicky. I'm glad to hear that they got everything out. Hoping recovery continues to go amazing. It sounds like you're into fighting. Nice. Yeah, man, I'm a big fan. Honestly, you know what's ironic? I haven't been watching it as much since I retired. I feel like it's one of those interesting things where like something can consume your life. I was talking to a client about this the other day. Like she was a high level D1 swimmer, and then when she stopped swimming, she kind of stopped following the sport. And I've had a lot of like professionals around me, whether it's like in baseball, football, or like umpiring or officiating, refereeing, coaching, judging, or the actual fighting and the athletic competition itself. Like, if depending on how much you put into the game, man, like once you're out of it, you're like ready to kind of move on, and you've kind of gotten everything that you wanted or needed to get out of it, and you're ready to just move on to the next aspect of your life, which I totally respect and I get, and I like give props to anyone that is making that transition right now in your life. Know that even if you're not making that transition, whatever it is that you do, that doesn't solely identify who you are. It's just one aspect of who you are, which is, I think, is a really, really important thing to hear for a variety of reasons, right? Whether it's good or not even like good or bad, whether it's like serving you or not, is like you can become too identified to one individual thing, which can become a slippery slope, is maybe, I guess, the easiest way to put it. All right, let's do a little screen share here. Talk about our backpack. What? So again, beautiful. I really just like the design of this and the gold with the black. Now, this has that nice little charging port that you could plug in whatever device that you want. And again, you're still going to need to have the external battery pack. This does not come with the battery pack. And this shows you just an idea of how much you can carry in here from your laptop, water bottle, purse, notebook. Oh, you got backup water bottle first. Check it. Look at this hydration. We got a water bottle here. And then we got another water bottle over here. Got that back. Or no, that's an umbrella. But it could be two water bottles type thing. I just got really excited and I'm like, oh, hydration. Seeing all the tissues and all that fun stuff. Again, we have 4 different sizes you can opt from. And look at all the colors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 20. You got 22 different kind of options here, which is awesome. Booyah, y'all. Booyah. Ooh, and how much weight can it hold? That's a good question. Let's double check for the maximum weight capacity on this. I know from a weight, it's under 2 pounds. It's like 1.8 pounds. But let's look at how much it can actually hold. That's a good question. I didn't even think to ask or to look up to see if they have that. So I appreciate you asking that, Italian boy. Let's see. Now I'm gonna find my answer. Don't you worry. Okay, here we go. I can't be having the straps break on me. Yeah, we don't want that. It's not the look you're trying to have, right? You got your fresh outfit, you got your bag, and then all of a sudden you put too much stuff in there, and then bam, it's ripping to shreds. I don't actually see like that's such a good question that I don't actually even see it saying like what's the maximum weight capacity. I feel like it said it, and I'm just missing it. Now the pressure's on. Now I have to really find it, right? I can't say where I was going to find it without actually being able to come through. Where is the maximum weight capacity? What's going on? I'm going to be honest with you. I don't have a good answer. This is where I'm going to be just straight up and transparent. I don't have a good answer here, Italian boy. I'm going to have to reach out to our sponsors. See, like, hey, you know what? Someone asked me a question I just never actually had the answer to. Do you think you can help me out? Let's see. You got that 30-day warranty. Item weight. Oh, man. Yeah. I'm going to see if someone else maybe asked that question that already came up. That's so important to know, right? Like, what's the deal? Why do we not know this? I feel like I'm missing out on it. I'm missing out. This is where I failed you guys. It's all right. Don't worry. We're going to get that info. And next time I come back, I got you, Italian boy. So that just means you're going to have to come back and join me for another stream so that I can actually give you the correct measurements and information. You know what I mean? Well, let's see if I got any other kind of questions on the other chats that I might have missed. And then let's see. Yeah, it's Eric Uresk, by the way, Chris. And then umbrella, right? Yeah, umbrella, not water bottle. And then there's his name, by the way, Chris. Bam. All right, y'all. So we're coming into the home stretch here. We got about like 15 more minutes or so. I'm wondering what kind of questions you guys got. Talk to me about questions, what's going down. I always love hearing from like what I might have missed, what you guys want to hear more about. Any of that kind of good stuff. And I'm going to check my other questions, see if I missed anything. See if any posts or anything like that came up. Let's see. Doesn't look like we have any DM questions. Oh, I might have spoken too soon. Nope, no DM questions. Doesn't look like we have any new comments coming in. Looks like we're good on the question front, y'all. What? Who's that? What's up? Okay. All right, I'm going to check others. Let's see what other kind of questions, comments, concerns, thoughts. What other talents do you have? Ooh, okay. I like your question. So let's see. Talents. I don't know if I'm not really a naturally talented person from a physical standpoint. Let's see. What's a good talent that I have? I can make you feel heard and understood. I feel like that's a talent, right? Making people feel validated. And then tell Mike that I box and I want some tips on boxing for him. Yeah, cool, dude. I got you. Oh, you sound so sweet. Oh, thanks. Yeah, dude. Let's see. What um talents. I can take my clothes off real fast. That's a talent, right? Being able to like change in a phone booth, or I can take a shower super fast. That's a skill. No, I'm just kidding. Big MMA fighter with a sweetheart. That's rare. I mean, I'm not that big. That's what's funny. I'm 6 foot and 200 pounds, but like fight like 6 foot, 170 pounds, and even there, I'm like kind of like undersized for the weight division. I should be fighting like 155 pounds. For like the true like scale of things. So I'm not really that big, but in like the Thai weight divisions, like I'm a light heavyweight, or the boxing divisions, I'm a light heavyweight at like 175. So makes me sound big. You know what I mean? Light heavyweight makes you sound like a big boy. So I'm just laughing. 200 is a big chunk of meat. Yeah, I guess so. I guess it's all relative, right? 200 pounds can sound like a lot, but when you're like 250 plus pounds, maybe that sounds like when I look at some of the other people we got in our gym that like 220, 230 plus pound dudes that are like pretty lean at 220, 230 pounds. I'm like, dang, homie. Or like 200 pounds of like real lean muscle. I'm like, all right, because I'm, maybe in my like 18 to 20% body fat range at 200 pounds, and definitely not in the like 10% to 15% range, which is definitely a different dynamic. Are you lean or chunky? I mean, I would say that for uh like broad spectrum, I'm lean, but like for MMA in the health space, I'm chunky at like like 18.5% body fat right now. Um, which is like on the higher end of where I like myself to be, but still like a actual um healthy range and something I don't become obsessive about, because I was talking to a client about this before and a friend. It's like, listen, when you're 200 pounds, 10% body fat, or you're just 10% body fat, unless you're like genetically super gifted, you're not usually happy and you're usually not eating everything that you want. You're usually kind of restrictive. Now, it doesn't mean you can't be 10% body fat, and it doesn't mean there's not people out there that are 10% body fat that are enjoying their life. But usually what's happening is they're either young, they're extremely active, and they're able to compensate, or they have a nutrition program really dialed in and supported there and they're enjoying that. But usually they're, less than 30. They have, their metabolism, hormones on their side. And even if they don't, they're very disciplined. Then I would argue like they're not enjoying their food as much, but the results they're getting are worthwhile to the point where they're willing to do that, which is totally fine. But like, don't tell me you are like totally happy with everything. And if you are, that's cool too. But like, I'm willing to bet most people aren't. And that's not to say there's anything wrong. You can't be 10% body fat. I have tons of clients that we get to 10% body fat. It's just like, hey, let's set a realistic expectation of what it's going to be like at 10% body fat for you. Are you going to be able to have cake and this and that? Like, we can plan for it from time to time, but it's going to be, in a calorie deficit. It's going to be very sporadic, or it's going to be like a certain portion. And I'm kind of making some general assumptions here for like thinking certain clients that I'm working with, but that's the whole point. That's the beauty of it. And again, another great plug for our right here 12-week body recomp program at lifestyleoffitness.com, because it helps when you have someone that's a professional that has a track record. We have a proven system, and we also have professional expertise that even if things don't go according to the system and the plan, how do we adjust and how do we make it fit for your lifestyle? So for example, Italian boy, you're saying, I need my dessert weekly. So we could then say, all right, let's look at what dessert you like. And then what does that mean to you? Does that mean like once a week, twice a week, 3 days a week? Because we have some people on our program having cheat meals 5 days a week. It's a matter of, how's your body responding? What part of the program are you on? And what are your goals? So anyways, I've gone into like a whole rant and a whole another digression. I'm going to highlight some of my boxing gloves. Now, here's the tricky thing I'm trying to figure out with Amazon, because I've tried to do like B-roll and different types of stuff like that in the past. But what I've found is when I do that, I get the stream taken down for promoting like violence and some policy issues. So I don't want that to happen. So I'm going to try and think of a way I can like highlight the workout stuff without getting in trouble. And like, I'm not going to be hitting the bag or hitting pads, but see if I can demo it. Tone except my belly, but I rock with it. I got you. And listen, this is where you got to decide, like, is what you're doing serving you? Are you happy? And if that's the answer is yes, then cool. Like, then you get to look at that and play with that. And if the answer is no, then like, all right, cool. We get to look at that and play with that as well and be like, hey, what can we adjust? Like, for example, like earlier today, I worked out. After my workout, I had some Reese's and dehydrated mangoes. Now, did I eat as many as I wanted to? No, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, because I would have eaten like 2 containers worth. But I had, like a half dozen, and I had about like 260 calories of mangoes, and I had my protein in, I had my protein shake. So I had the things that I wanted. I got some nice flavor and I got some nice things that I enjoyed, but it wasn't over the top to the point where, if I do that too often, it's going to be detrimental, and there's a balance to it. Let's see here. Hell yeah, I'm happy. That's why I can find a man with abs and admire theirs. Now, what if you could have both? What if you could have a man with abs and you could have abs? What if you get both? You get the best of both worlds. You know what I mean? Or who cares? Like, who cares if they have abs or you have abs or whatever? Like, maybe that's maybe, I mean, it's totally fine to be in that. I think you should, like, and people in general, we should want to obviously take care of ourselves. But I think there's also, manipulation in the fitness industry of like working with models. Like I've worked with beauty pageant competitors before, Ms. East Coast and stuff. Like they're not like that year round. Like they're not walking around like that year round. And ironically, like my beauty pageant competitor, she really wasn't the most disciplined and strict person. Like she just had good genetics and that she could show up for like 4 to 6 weeks before a pageant and like get her body into the place she wanted. But also she wasn't in it to like win the whole thing and be Ms. Universe. She was like, hey, I was just like, this is cool. I like it. I'm having fun and I'm doing well with it. So, oh no, that's too much work. What's too much work, by the way? Trying to actually like put the plan together. What do we got here? All right, let me see. Let's see what else we got. We talked about the Zealous Balance Ball. That one's got a nice little discount. We've got 20% off on the Govee outdoor lights. The Geek Chef air fryer toaster's popping. Also, guys, let me know who wants to see. I'm working on getting either like Zoa or Celsius because I have both these energy drinks, and then I have like some other protein shakes. I want to do like an energy drink analysis live stream, and then like a protein shake analysis live stream. So I got like all of these. I've got the ON Optimum Nutrition. I got the Gatorade Super Shake. I got the Evolve Plant Based. I've got Muscle Milk Light, Quest Nutrition. Some of them are sponsored mine, but these brands I just mentioned, none of them are my sponsors or anything like that. But I'd love to be able to do more content like that. I'm curious if you guys will actually enjoy that, because unless a sponsor is sponsoring it, like I'll gladly spend money out of my own pocket to buy these products and break them down and analyze them. Because that's what's cool about Amazon. To be transparent with you guys, like when you buy stuff, yes, I make a commission. When it's a sponsored stream like this one, I'm getting paid to talk to you guys, but they're not paying me for any particular, insight. It's like, hey, here's the products, try them, use them, tell the people what you think about it. And then, oh my God, I love Celsius drinks, right? Like they're good. You gotta be careful with those. You can have too many for sure. But yeah, I think being able to like have a brand or a couple brands I can cross compare, I think that'll be fun. Go over what are some of the key ingredients I look for, and whether it's an energy drink, a pre-workout, post-workout, my protein shakes, protein supplements, because these are all questions I get all the time. So I'd happily like do an entire stream just like doing a shopping label breakdown. Like, hey, here's what I'm looking for. Here's the ingredients you want to see, you don't want to see, in my humble opinion. Here's like, again, if you're doing plant-based proteins, there's an important thing when it comes to plant-based proteins is being able to have a complete protein mixture or having all the amino acids you want, which is pretty easy, honestly, if you get the right brands and the right mixtures. And then, so are you saying it's bad for me? No, I'm not saying it's bad for you at all. I'm just saying you can have too much of it, though. Too much of anything can potentially be bad for you. So just keep that in mind. I'm not saying what you should or should not be doing. That's just my 2 cents, which I know that was probably a very gray, not clear answer, but maybe it was like that for a reason, huh? No. And yeah, I think we're going to take like another couple minutes, but then I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. And then Gina and I are going to be back on with Coach Eric doing our live stream. I'm super excited for that. That's what she said. Yeah, exactly. That's what she said. Good one. And yeah, y'all, I think that's pretty much it. I'm trying to think what else I might have missed. Any of the other products. We got the polarized sports glasses. I talked about those before. The Cozy step drill bits. Those have been super cool. Those, man, and they have 37% off right now. Nice. We got a nice little deal and discount. And then, Lori, you mentioned your BMI is scary. So I realized I just like didn't get a chance to address that before. I was wondering, here's the one thing. Do you look at your body fat percentage too? Because BMI by itself, like it would say, according to my BMI, I'm overweight. And I think that it's a little bit misleading on an individual sense, but on a broad spectrum scale, it can be valuable. And that's why, the medical community, they had it, from my understanding, is to look at like more of a sociological application. Here's the other piece though, on an individual basis, like if you're like, are you really? No, I'm not really overweight though. So that's what I'm saying. Like my BMI says I'm 6 foot, 200 pounds. I'm considered overweight. But if you look at my body fat percentage, I'm like 18.5% body fat, which is considered like fit and athletic. So it's, again, just one data point, like if you look at me, like you can't tell because I have a hoodie on right now, but if you look at like my workouts or even like me, like now, am I 10% body fat? No. But am I healthy? Am I going to like have any, comorbidity rates with any other disease because of my body composition? No. So I think that's, BMI can be a little misleading. I know it's just an app, but it's bad. And it's not that it's just an app. It's just one data point. Like it's also knowing like what's your body fat percentage. It's not BMI is just it's not really looking at your body composition. Body fat percentage at least will use a scale or a tool that'll measure what percentage of your body is fat, your muscle, water, et cetera, et cetera. Um, that's what I mean. Yeah, and listen, Lori, look, like, dude, you still have that prize that you won, so you can still take advantage of our nutrition course and all the value that comes with it, man. We talk about that and educate so much at length, you know. Can you stand up? Let's see the Imagine. Even if I stand up, like you guys aren't really gonna. Let's see if I could stand up where you can see anything. You're not gonna see anything though, just because the camera angle. But let's see if we can. Yeah, you're not gonna. Unfortunately, the way that I have the camera angle and this setting set up. But yeah, y'all, that's pretty much gonna do it. I'm gonna take about a minute here and let the outro play, and then I'm gonna run to the bathroom, and we're gonna get going for our podcast. 10 o'clock, so in about 15 minutes, less than 15 minutes. We're gonna be going live, real family-ish, and getting it rocking and rolling. So yeah, y'all. I'll see you guys in like 10 minutes. Bye.